this was boring. This was boring. I can't say that I enjoyed anything about the reunion, to be honest. It was very it was very safe. It was very respectful, which is cool. But I feel like not enough time was dedicated to each couple. Um we didn't really I don't know. I don't know if I enjoyed the reunion, but let's talk about it, guys. So welcome and welcome back to the channel. I'm Tammy. This is Tammy Talks. We are here to talk Love is Blind UK season 1 episode 12, aka the reunion. If you've been here all season rocking with me, I appreciate you guys. Do me a favor, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. If you don't do anything else, thumbs up the video to let me know that you stopped by, and then leave your comments down below on how you guys felt about the reunion and the couple things that we learned. All right. So the couples come out, and we immediately clock that Sabrina and Steven and Demi and Ali are on separate couches. I told y'all, I want to say starting from episode 7, that Sabrina and Steven weren't given anything. There was something odd about them. There was something that wasn't quite, you know what I mean? I didn't even think that they were going to get married. So to see them come out and see that they are separated, I wasn't shocked, because I caught this. I caught this. And y'all told me that I was a hater in the comments. Y'all said that I think somebody told me that I just don't understand Sabrina, so therefore I don't like her. I had somebody tell me that I just can't comprehend their relationship. No, I just know how to look a little deeper and go just past the surface to see things for what they are. And I clocked this, so I'll take my apologies for some of your rude comments about my comments about Steven and Sabrina down below. All right. So, but before we get there, let's start with Demi and Ali. So, Demi said that Ali is a good guy. He's just not her guy. So, after the wedding, after the show, she moved back in with her parents. She wanted to get herself regrounded and just immerse herself and be surrounded by people that know her and love her. She wanted to get back to feeling like her old self. She said that watching back the show, she was like a shell of a person, and that's not the person that she saw. It's not indicative of the person that she typically is. So now she said she got her dress on and her heels, and she is Demi 2.0. So Ali agrees that it just was not their time to get married. Nothing more, nothing less, nothing sinister. It just wasn't their time. But they are both very grateful for the process and what they learned about each other. They haven't said anything negative about each other. So cool. Ali does want to address the audience, saying that he would not be attracted to Demi. Now, we were in our group chat and we were having this discussion amongst ourselves, me, Queen E, Chloe, and Roxy Says. And I agree with Ali that a lot of this is the audience. Before they even saw each other, the audience in the comments, some recappers, the Twitter users, the Reddit posters, the TikTokers were all saying that Ali is not going to like her without any merit, without any proof, without any real reasoning outside of people pushing their own projections onto Ali. I think that's interesting, and I see exactly what he's saying. So he said that the Demi is his type, and that he someone like Kat would not be his type. And Kat looked offended by that. And it's like, girl, he's not saying you. Don't make it about yourself. Don't get me mad this early, Catherine. Right? But I think a lot of it is the audience's projection. Now, Demi did have a lot of low self-esteem issues. And Demi projected herself onto Ali as well. But a bulk of what the audience felt came from people's own preconceived notions. Because a lot of you guys, I had somebody in my comments that said that Demi was a plus size woman and that Ali shouldn't be attracted to her. And I won't put your name out here and I won't embarrass you, but there are a lot of comments that I got from two or three of y'all where every single video you were making those assertions. You were making those comments. You were making those statements without anybody ever saying anything about it on the show. From where I stood, Ali liked her. Ali didn't give any indication that he didn't like Demi, right? He didn't give any indication that he wasn't attracted to Demi. So he wanted to address that and get that out in the open. And I mean, we have no choice but to believe him, right? He hasn't shown me anything to suspect or for me to feel that he's lying about that. So Demi wants to address the fact that Kat said that Demi and Ali wouldn't get together in the real world. They wouldn't look good together. They wouldn't fit. And Catherine is like, no, I didn't mean it physically. How else could you mean it then? Because you hadn't heard their conversations. You hadn't heard their conversations because you're not in the pods with them. You looked at Demi and you said that I'm thinner than Demi. You felt that because you are white and fair skin, that you are better than Demi. Let's call a spade a spade. That's how Catherine was acting. So for Catherine to sit on the stage and play in Demi's face and try to play in everybody's face, you look stupid because we know what it was. So then Jasmine clocks her and it's like, well, how else could you mean it if not physically? Let's be very fucking for real, Catherine. You're just mad that you got called out because how dare somebody call you out? That's the vibe that you give, right? So Demi is like, being authentic just goes a long way, and it does. It does. Just say that, you know what, I said that in the heat of the moment because I was in my chest, I was in my emotions, I was in my heart box. Just say that and be honest about it. But don't sit on the stage and try to gaslight and play semantics. You know why you said it. You know why you said it. That's something you got to live with. So Ali then is asked about Charlotte. Remember, Charlotte is berserk, mad, sublime. He didn't want to say if they were dating or seeing each other. And I kind of feel like, Charlotte, girl, take note. Take note. Because all he had to say is, I've been seeing her. We've been kind of hanging out. He did an interview with Jesse Wu where he says that him and Charlotte actually had a very solid connection in the pods. So if y'all had a solid connection in the pods, why would it matter for you to come now and say, well, yeah, you know, we had a connection in the pods and we have now connected outside of the pods? It's a year later. Okay, so Charlotte doesn't want to say it either, but she says that she has gone through a lot these past couple of weeks, and with Ali's support, it has made it easier for her. Now, I was on Twitter earlier browsing the hashtag, and I saw some people that are like, what could she have gone through? Why do y'all do that? Why do y'all do that? We don't know what Charlotte's experience has been, right? We don't know if after the sublime, berserk, mad comment, if people then went over to Charlotte's social media and had things to say about her, or if she was getting cyberbullied, or if she was getting threatened by people, or if people were making negative or rude comments about her. We don't know what her experience is. So for people to try to downplay it just because she's not actively on our screens, I think that's a little weird, don't you guys? Like, you guys have no idea what I'm going through. I have no idea what you guys are going through the screen. So I can't say if you as a commenter come into my comments and say, I've been going through so much the past 2 weeks, your video has helped me get through. I can't tell you, well, you've been commenting on all the Love is Blind videos, so you clearly okay. You can't do that. And I feel like that's what a lot of people were doing towards Charlotte, and I thought that was kind of weird. She hasn't done anything wrong. Who knows what she has gone through the past couple weeks, okay? So we then get to Steven and Sabrina, and all right, so Steven said that or excuse me, Sabrina said that the support of her being an entrepreneur, remember, Sabrina was going to quit her job and start to work for herself, which is what they thought would be beneficial and helpful to them since they are from two different countries, just was not there from Steven, even though Steven said that it would be there from jump. So she also says there was no consistency in their behavior or communication and that they were long distance. Now, I clocked the fact that they were long distance and they had no plan, no idea, no communication. They swept it under the rug about being long distance every conversation. They kept saying, we'll figure it out, we'll figure it out. Meanwhile, we saw Bobby and Jasmine, with Bobby being like, well, she lives in London, so I'm going to move over here to London to be with her. There was a plan, there was action taken, there was a conversation. We didn't get that from Sabrina and Steven. It was always, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So we then find out that Steven feels that they underestimated the distance. Steven, you too fine to be this damn dumb. You are. This is upsetting, Steven. This is confusing. This is confusing. How do you underestimate long distance? Okay, sure. So Sabrina said that she went to see him 7 times and he only went to see her twice. Okay, not really even there. She said that when she went to go see him, there were no accommodations made for her, no adjustments to his life. But when he came to see her, she bought coffee and tea because he liked it. She bought him an ironing board because I don't know who irons still, but Steven does. Like she made concessions for him and made sure that he was comfortable and all that type of stuff. And those are all things that he just didn't do for her. So Steven apparently does not like talking on the phone or texting, I guess she said, unless there is a specific reason. So this is my thing, Steven. If you don't like talking on the phone, how were you okay with being long distance? How did you think that that would work exactly? Did you think that y'all didn't have to talk? I'm not quite understanding. It's not making, it's not making sense for me. Steven, or Sabrina then said that she does not think, well, Steven said that he respected her as the woman that he married. And she's like, no, you didn't respect me, appreciate me, or consider me. I said, damn. So she also points out that 2 days before Christmas, 2 of them, so that's Christmas Eve and the 23rd. So on the 23rd, Steven apparently called her and said, okay, I'm not coming for Christmas. I'm not going to make it. When she said that, this was going to kind of throw a monkey wrench in things with her family and all that kind of stuff, he said shit happens. Now, Steven is saying that that is not what happened. Sabrina is saying that it is. Steven then said that he mismanaged his finances, managed them poorly, and he just couldn't make it. Then he said he lost his business. What is going on, Steven? I feel like Steven might be the fuckboy that we were calling Ollie, or really y'all were calling Ollie. Oh my God. So Steven then said that by that time, they had already lost their spark. It doesn't matter. So because you lost the spark, you felt it was okay to disrespect her and not show up for Christmas 2 days before. Make it make sense, Steven. Make it make sense for me. So Sabrina then said that he is a man of many words, but not a man of his word. And I said, bars. I know that hurts. Wow. What a word. A man of many words, but not a man of your word. We've all heard the phrase, as a person, all you have is your word, right? So for Steven to be a person, I'm disappointed, Steven. Gotta tell you, Steve-O, I'm disappointed. So Steven said, look, you can say what you say. You can go out there and put everything out there because Steven is taking accountability. He's like, I will take accountability for what I have done, but 50% of what you are saying is a lie. So he's saying that she's lying. She's saying that she's not. The host actually like cut it off. And I was like, just ask more probing questions. But see, these hosts are a lot more respectful than Nick and Vanessa. Okay? So that's the end of that. Like I said, I clocked it. We didn't get any depth from them. And I think sometimes people take it as because we're not seeing a lot of a couple, that means that they don't have issues. No, it means that they're just not addressing their very glaring issues. They had issues. Their main issue being where were they going to live, but they swept it under the rug and they chose to ignore it. So we then see Jasmine and Bobby. So he moved to London 2 days after the wedding. They're doing great. They're living in their dream home. They're living the life. This has been the best year of both of their lives. And they both feel like they have found a best friend in each other. So Jasmine said she knew in her gut that she was making the right decision, even if she didn't have her mom's approval. Her mother said that Bobby now 110% has her approval. She likes them together. They said that they're going to have some babies coming soon because they are actively working on it. Good for them. Good for them. Bobby and his ears came out as a winner, didn't they? So we then have Tom and Maria. So Maria felt that Tom was indirectly judging her mom and her sister and her father and her brother who all played a hand in raising her when he made the comment about being worried how she would want to raise their future children. Because if I want to raise my kids the way that I was raised and you feel that that's not a good way to raise kids, what you say about my mama basically is what he was saying, what Maria is taking from this. So Tom said that he now realizes, looking back, that he made a lot of ugly comments and did. I'm glad you know it, Tom. So Tom said, I'm a PR agent. Let me put my PR hat on so I can come out here and play it safe and schmooze everybody. So he then said that he wants to tell her mom and her family that, he wishes that he treated her daughter better. I personally would have liked to see you apologize to Maria for making the comments that you made about her job, for judging the fact that judging the fact that she is a makeup artist, for judging the fact that she wants to raise her children, for going behind her back and telling Tash, who is the ops in this moment, that you guys aren't doing the best time. You need to be apologizing to Maria, but for some reason you did not. So Tasha's there, and she said that she now has the closure that she wanted before because she has now seen the show and saw that Tom and Maria really did have a connection. She understands their connection a little more. Maria said, I'm gonna put it out here. Let me clear shit up for y'all, for the folks in the back, because y'all were calling Maria a gold digger, some of you. Maria said that she not once ever said she wanted him to pay her bills, finance her life, or lace her in luxury. She said, I ain't gotta be dripped up and dripped out, okay? I can do it myself. All Maria wants is for him, when in the courting phase, to pay, and then I guess Maria just wants him to pay the rent. But I feel like, Maria, that wasn't explained clearly enough and communicated effectively in the pods or in your relationship, because us as the audience, we had no idea what you were trying to get at, and clearly Tom didn't either. She said one good thing about them, they had great times together. They didn't say that they were going to be friends or anything. It doesn't look like any of Maria's family showed up. Maria is very upset about how gracious her mother was by going and seeing him before the wedding, all for him to, kind of make those comments about how she was raised and how she would like to raise her children after the wedding. We then have Benaya and Nicole. They are still married, okay? Doing good, going strong. Good for them. Nicole takes accountability and said that the way that she asked Benaya Could he see himself proposing to somebody in the pods? She phrased it wrong. If she would have phrased it differently, she might have gotten the answer that she wanted or needed to continue moving forward with Benaya instead of entertaining Sam. Sam comes out. Sam's hair had a little weird situation in the middle. It was like a dent. It was like a dent in the front of his hair. But Sam comes out and said that this process has not been easy, and said that the past couple of weeks of his life haven't been great. You know why, Sam? Because you have acted a fool on this show. That's why. That's why they haven't been great. So Sam said that he now realizes that maybe he was not ready for this process and he was not ready to be married. So the host asked Sam about being worried that he could not pick up Nicole. Sam said that he was just nervous and he's human. No, that's not an excuse. That's not an excuse. You were worried that she was going to be a heavier set woman than you cared for, and that showed how shallow you were. So that showed that even though you thought that her personality and stuff was good, it only came as a condition if she was the size that you wanted. That was disgusting, Sam. You could have just apologized for it, but you didn't. The host then asked Sam about the "I think I love you." And Nicole is like, that's when I knew I had doubts, but you still went down to meet his ass though, Nicole. I still look at Nicole sideways, y'all. I'm sorry, I do. She still gives a little fugazi to me, but that's just me. So Sam then said, no, I just said it wrong. I didn't mean to say, I think I love you. I meant to say, I think I'm falling in love with you. I wasn't ready to say, I love you. So then don't say anything. I feel like Sam has watched the show back. Sam has went through the comments. Sam has watched the videos. Sam has read the articles. Sam has read the think pieces. And Sam is just trying to clean up his image. That's what I'm getting from this. So Nicole then said that she told Sam that she did not want to go to Greece and have that experience on camera. And Sam was upset about that because the host asked them who broke up with who. They did not answer. Did I miss it? If I missed it, y'all let me know. But from what I heard, and I watched it back twice, that particular scene, I didn't hear an answer. So I don't know if Nicole is saying that Sam broke up with her because she didn't want to go to Greece, or if she didn't want to go to Greece, so she broke up with Sam. It was unclear to me. If you can make sense of that, let me know down below. Sam doesn't say anything. He just sits there looking stupid. So then Sam said that he wishes he never had the conversation with Benaya. He said that he didn't know that him and Benaya had tension. So when Benaya approached him, he thought it was going to go a complete different way. Demi then yells out to just apologize to Nicole. Demi, why you couldn't yell that out to Ali? Why you couldn't yell that out to Catherine? Why you didn't ask Jasmine to apologize to you for telling Ali and hell everybody else in the vicinity because she was yelling that you were an insecure ass bitch? Why aren't you yelling that to her? If it's one thing that I don't like is for people to be so boisterous and have so much to say and really be in their bag when it comes to talking and trying to get people together, but you can't stand up for yourself. You should have told Catherine to apologize to you. You should have told Jasmine to apologize to you. Nonetheless, Nicole then said that it was a lie that she tried to sleep with Sam. And I feel like, Nicole, why are you just now saying it? If it was a lie, why didn't you say it that day? Why didn't you say it in the month? I guess. So Sam haphazardly apologizes and we move on from that. Did y'all see how when Sam came out, he came and sat in between Freddie and Catherine? That sent me to the moon. We should have been asking Sam, how did you feel about Catherine flirting with you the way that she was when Freddie was standing right there? Let's talk Freddie and Catherine. Now, Freddie's sister was there, and his sister looked none too pleased. His sister was looking like, I'm just here so I don't get fined. So, they are not together. Freddie said that he acknowledges that it was on both of them 50-50. They're both at fault. They both had their differences, and they both played a part in why they are no longer together. Very mature of Freddie. One thing I loved about Freddie is the fact that whenever he was talking, even though he was answering the host, he made sure to turn his body and look directly at Catherine. He made sure that Catherine knew, like, even though I'm talking about you, I want to give you my full undivided attention. Great communication skills. Fantabulous communication skills. So Catherine then lies and says that she was not going to hold the cheating thing over his head. It just kind of threw her off. No, you were absolutely going to hold that over his head, because you still made a point even now to say that you had been cheated on in every single one of your relationships. If you weren't going to hold it over his head, why even say once a cheater, always a cheater? I guess. Catherine says she gave the earrings back. They asked Freddie, if you knew you were going to say no, why give her the earrings? And Freddie is like, look, if I didn't give the earrings, then it looks like I'm not serious about her, or I'm not into it. If I do give the earrings, it looks like I'm leading her on. He was between a rock and a hard place, basically. So Freddie's sister doubled down. And said that, she still feels that it was not right for them to get married. Even though they did have a connection in the pods, when they came back from Greece, they didn't have that spark anymore. They didn't have that connection. So she still feels the same way that she does. Catherine feels that Freddie has changed her and has taught her a lot about herself. And I wish the host would have asked her, have you now learned that you talk down to people? Have you now learned that you're very condescending to people? Have you now learned that you're a bitch? But they didn't do that. They didn't do that. So that's cool. But they said that they will be friends forever. Some things that we missed deeply in the reunion. So where does Benaya live now? Right? Where does Benaya live? Why didn't we talk about what's his name? I keep getting these names confused in my head. Why didn't we talk about Demi and Kat in the conversation that we had? Why didn't we talk about the Sublime comment instead of just haphazardly mentioning it? Why didn't we talk about the fact that Tom told Tosh that him and Maria were having issues? Or the fact that he lied and said that Tosh just kind of came up to him and said that she loved him. There were a lot of missed opportunities in this reunion, but I do like that it didn't get overly messy and nobody's crying and all that type of stuff. But let me know what you guys thought about it down below. Are you shocked that Steven and Sabrina are separated? Are you shocked that Benaya and Nicole are still married? Are you shocked that Bobby and Jasmine are still married? Let's talk about it down below. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, thumbs up the video, and I will catch you guys in the next video. It's going to be something we're going to talk about, right?